There is all the science and the fact of the matter. There's two genitalia. There is, some nuance and middle ground for intersex, but that is a medical condition. There's male and female. That's pretty much it. How your personality is, go for it. You do you, but.
Welcome to the future.
So I can be a woman on the court and a man in the bedroom. I can't believe it. Nice!
Way to paint us like villains.
Yes.
Like we're trying to sneak into women's spaces.
Are they not?
Story just coming in here at 8 o'clock. New federal sex crime charges for a man dressed in a wig to record minors in a women's
Wow.
There are quite a few stories of men literally putting on a wig and then going into female locker rooms so they can have
Weird.
a show. So
Transgressive.
it is a thing that's happening.
Transgressive. Whack. Crappy. Trash. Rubbish.
Just coming in here at 8 o'clock. New federal sex
But the
crime
wokies
charges
don't
for a
think
man
that what
dressed
this
in a wig to
goofy
record
person
minors
did
in a women's bathroom.
was
There are
was
quite a
terrible.
few stories.
They condone this. Yeah. They support. They justify this BS.
There are quite
This
a few stories
aberrant
of men just putting on a wig.
this
and then
misbehavior, this aberrant action, bro. Action. This truly aberrant action. Straight up.
Charges.
Sneak into women's spaces.
Some of y'all are.
Story just coming in here at 8 o'clock. New federal sex crime charges for a man dressed in a wig to record minors in a women's bathroom.
There are quite a few
Bad
stories of
intentions,
men
bro.
literally just putting on a
Bad
wig and then going into the
intentions.
locker room so they can have a peep show. So it is a thing that's happening.
Yes.
I'd like to talk about something that came across my YouTube. Daily Wire is making a movie. Oh, wait, hold on.
Before continuing, my views do not represent the Department of Defense as a whole, nor are they political. This is specifically a social issue.
This is ridiculous. The premise of this movie is that a bunch of 30-year-old divorcees decide that they're going to enter women's sports by identifying as women, and by the looks of the trailer, just dominating women's sports. A couple of things. One, the movie literally calls itself a triggering comedy.
It's a joke. Because literally you're triggered right now. It's a triggering comedy because it's going to piss off people like you. So it worked. It was a joke.
In the trailer, they take advice from an 8-year-old, further implementing how terrified you are of talking to professionals.
Well, that's because they're being taught that in schools, and that this is a real thing that people's children are coming home with.
Yep.
Like, oh, what's this pronoun mean? What are these different genders? Maybe I'm a girl, maybe I'm a boy. These are things that are actually happening for the average American.
Neopronouns.
Alright, so now we're going to get into my review of the movie. If you don't want any spoilers, you can skip ahead to the next section of the video. I'm not going to give away too much. I'm going to talk about some key things that stood out from this movie. It is very early 2000s comedy. It felt like a real movie. A real old school comedy, very reminiscent of Joanna Man, if you haven't seen that movie.
Got only one option. So play as a woman.
Yeah.
Now that I'm free.
Joanna Man.
It's the same premise where a NBA player decides to leave the NBA and goes to the WNBA and become a woman and, really dominate the sports over there. And that's what's done in the early 2000s. Again, much like the other movie called The Ringer, we are going to fix the Special Olympics.
Get me highly functioning, developmentally disabled.
Which was a main character pretending to be disabled in the Special Olympics. So, I mean, the early 2000s comedies were absolutely gold. They poked fun at everything and everyone. Nothing was off limits at all. They talked about everything, and really, we haven't seen anything like this in a very long time, and that's how I felt watching the movie. Something that I thought was really cool was how they addressed vital topics and questions within the movie. Even though it was a comedy, they did have serious moments. One of them was the main character's daughter. She wanted to become trans. She's seeing all the men dominate men's sports, and this little girl's like, hey, daddy, I want to be a boy. And so it was really cool to see that dad, who was like coaching the team that's pretending to be women, sit back and have to like face reality with his own daughter and be like, shit, how do I handle this situation? And he handled it with grace. He really just sat down and told the daughter, like, look, yes, these men are dominating sports, but this world is nothing without women. Women is the glue to a lot of the nations that exist today. They are the most nurturing. They are the most educating. They are the most supportive. They are the most guiding. This world would be nothing without women, and they made sure to he
Yep.
told the little girl, like, listen, like, you're not a boy, you are a girl, and there's a lot of things that
Women
can do
are
that men can't, and there are a lot of things
equally
that
important in society. Women are equally important. Women are equally important in society, bro. They have different roles than men, but they they they're needed in society, bro. Don't let these don't let goofies deceive you, bro. Yeah, bro. Both women and men are equally important, equally needed. They have different roles, but they roles, but um, yeah, they 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 both matter, bro. They both matter. They both matter. Facts.